fashion, friendship, power. Welcome to the rambunctious co-op game Conquest Princess, where fashion is power. Howdy and welcome. I'm Mike. This is Board Games for One. I'm your board gaming every dude. We're going to be taking a look at Conquest Princess right here. This is coming to Gamefound at the end of the month, so around May 30th. This is a co-op game for 1 to 4 players where fashion is power. From Fight in a Box Games, let's find out, is this a co-op game for you with your game group, with your family, or solo? What I have laid out here is actually mid-game, so I made sure to play it part way through so you could see the pieces in action. As you can see, this is a large game. I actually can't fit it all on the table, so let me show you what's up. You are playing a crew that is aboard the Tiara. The Tiara stands for Temporal Intergalactic Armed Response Agency. So they are fighting intergalactic tyranny with the power of friendship and fashion, thus the co-op nature. So theme is pretty awesome in this. There's a comic book actually that leads into the story. So who on earth is the Conquest Princess if these crew members are on the Tiara? Well, the Conquest Princess is this giant robot with a dark backstory. That's what the comic is, that you actually get to use in other things. In fact, in the early missions, what has happened is the evil Moo Gaga, I'm so sorry if I got it wrong, I forget when I do the video, Gugu Magu, something like that. This evil villain has sent out these invaders to steal parts of the Conquest Princess. So the Conquest Princess, the robot, has been broken into pieces, and your little pets, these super cute guys, and little pet co-pilots that were smart enough to try and protect those pieces. So now, you gotta go out and you gotta collect all the pieces of the Conquest Princess and rescue your pets who are rescuing the Conquest Princess, put the robot together and face the final boss. So you know what that means. This has several different, I guess you could call it a campaign, but I wanna do the disclaimer, you don't have to play in order. Basically, they're game modes that also double as a campaign. So you have your prologue, which is a tutorial, actually walks you through how to play the game, which I really appreciate that. So if you played Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, you enjoyed that tutorial, I'd say it's something similar to that. It tells you exactly what to do each move to learn the basics. Then you go into Mission 1, which is what I just described, where you're trying to find the pieces of the Conquest Princess, right? Then there is Mission 2, which takes it a level further, and then Mission 3, you're actually fighting against that big, massive boss. Don't have to play them in order. You can replay all of them. It's similar to playing a game in normal mode, hard mode, crazy mode. Normal mode is difficult. All right, this is a brain bender. So let me show you how it works. All right, look at the table instead of me. Oh my goodness, we got all our characters. We got 4 characters. When you play Conquest Princess, you must play as all 4 characters. So if you're playing solo, you are controlling 4 player boards. This is your player board right over here. You've got your gauntlet. And then, of course, you've got your uniform, which you can put all kinds of fun fashion on for special abilities. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. You can earn all this stuff. But you have 4 of these to control. If you're playing 2 players, that means each one of you controls 2. If you're playing 3 players, 2 people control 1, 1 person controls 2, 4 players, you each have your own player mat. They are asymmetrical. They're not so asymmetrical that it's overwhelming, but I will say if you don't like playing multi-handed, this might not be for you solo. If you can play something like Pandemic solo, multi-handed, you'll probably be just fine if you enjoy that. So know that if you enjoyed playing Unsettled, this reminded me more of like the Unsettled vibe. If you enjoy something like that, a big puzzle where you're controlling several different hands, okay. But yeah, warning there. Now, you have your player board, you have your tiara. Your characters are on the tiara. Surrounding the tiara is what's called the halo. The halo lets you know the condition of your ship, the tiara. So the tiara is one of your battlegrounds that the enemies are attacking and you are trying to protect. You have different stations like the teleporter, the Mendry where you heal. The teleporter lets you teleport down to a planet to fight against falling invaders, or to the centipede, the mechapede, excuse me, which I don't have enough room to show on this table. Again, this is a large game, so imagine this plus 3 more of these. So you need some space. Just make sure you know that. Okay, anyway, You got a teleporter, you've got engineering, which lets you repair parts of the ship. So what can happen is you can flip over an event card like this right here, and it can tell you on the tiara there's a certain amount of damage that's going to happen. So if it says number 4, then I would find the number 4, and if there was no damage, I would place an alien there. Boom. If there's already an alien there, then this section takes damage. So this would be the wardrobe. So I would flip the wardrobe over to yellow. Now it's in yellow condition, and the ability is just slightly less good than it was. If that gets damaged again, oh no, we have critical damage in the wardrobe and we cannot use it. We're going to have some serious fashion emergencies happening here. Or what do we call them? Wardrobe malfunctions. Wardrobe malfunctions. There's some great pop references in this game. So, and I use the word rambunctious. I hope that comes across because that's something I really appreciate in this. All right. So you've got all your different sections and your comms, which lets you see what kind of events are coming. If your comms is fully repaired, then you get to see 2 events that are going to happen after your player phase and during the enemy phase. And if there are 2, you get to pick one of them to play out. If your comms is damaged, then you only get to see one of the events and you have to play that one out. You do not get to choose the lesser of 2 evils. So always nice to keep these things repaired. How do you lose the game? You run out of power. Fashion is power. So as you play the game, this power-up deck here on the Halo, this runs out. If this ever runs out completely, that's game over. That's how you lose. Only one way to lose. Very, very simple. Stay alive until then. What makes the power-up deck run out? Well, if your characters get damaged, they have 2 armor points. If they get damaged beyond those 2 armor points, then something happens that's called a disruption, because this is all about timelines and resetting timelines and all that. A disruption happens. If a disruption happens, you have to disintegrate a certain number of power-ups based on how many danger level tokens you have collected. Don't worry, the game walks you through this. It's the only reason I'm able to remember it, and there are cheat sheets. So I appreciate that, and I got through the tutorial, no problem. It's a mind-melting puzzle. It is not hard to learn, but it is a mind-melting puzzle. All right, so anyway, that's how you lose power-ups. Once they're disintegrated, they are gone. You can also take this deck down by collecting power-ups for yourself. Whenever you see this power-up icon on the board, like here on the invaders, if I were to shoot that invader, successfully hit him, I'd also collect a power-up, which would let me add to my wardrobe, which is pretty cool. Yes, it depletes the deck, but the real way this deck depletes is through those disruptions. Or if the tiara gets damaged and you can't place any more of the enemy pieces, you get a disruption. There are other ways to get disruptions. Anyway, that is this board. You move your character around in order to use different parts of the ship or to teleport to a planet surface, or in the case of the Mechapede, a moon surface to battle the Mechapede and battle the invaders. So you have, at least in the first 2 missions, up to 3 battlegrounds happening at once. That's right, the aliens are attacking your ship, they're attacking a planet, and the Mechapede is dropping goo on the planet, and you're trying to stop everything. So you are putting out fires. It's different than putting out fires in Pandemic, in my opinion, because it's more of a puzzle. You are putting out fires no matter what. These invaders keep dropping down like this during certain events, and you have to keep attacking them to get rid of them. So you are putting out fires there, and then you're coming over to the Mechapede to get rid of goo and knock out the Mechapede heads, and then you're coming here to get the alien invaders off so you can repair your ship and you can survive. It's a lot of action going on. All right, so we looked at the Halo. We've got our event deck. I briefly showed you that. Every round, your players take their turns. Each character gets 4 actions plus a possible 5th bonus action sometimes. And then after that, you play out an event after every character's done their thing. And you learn the iconography. This is no problem at all. I know it looks like a lot at first, but the invasion, I already know how to read this just from the tutorial. You shift the planet to the left. Then you drop the invaders down 1 by flipping this up, dropping the invaders down. Then the invaders attack. Any invaders above a character that is not behind a shield, as is shown right here, would get attacked and take damage against their armor points. I can read that. Then we go to the Tiara battlefront. Oh no, there's been an attack on breach point 4 and breach point 0. Put your tokens there. If you can't put the tokens there, you take the next step and you put them to the next number up, or your character takes damage, or the section takes damage. Mechapede, same thing. Mechapede's going to attack, and then this means it's going to refresh. Don't worry too much about it. We know what it means. You can play the game and figure it out. Oh my goodness. Then this would go to disintegrate. All right, let's look at our other board. I think I've already brought out enough about invasion. These are alien invaders. These tokens wouldn't be here. These come from bags because this is a bag development game. So if these were all in here, boom, 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 what happens is I decide, okay, I want to, and we're going to pretend some of these dice are still over here. Don't worry if they don't match the color. We're going to pretend that they do. All right. These are resources. So the Conquest Princess has been broken up. These invaders have these little resources. I want to collect these. So what can I do? Well, I can teleport, whee, to this planet. And then from this planet, I can choose to use the cannon in order to attack. Or I can go here and shoot with a blaster. There's an advantage to the cannon. The cannon lets me draw 2 tiles. Boom. And I have to resolve both based on the symbols. In this case, it's 2 successful hits. Other things can happen that aren't good, like I could get a... Maybe I got all the misses out already. I think I did. Oh, nope, there we go. I could get something like this, which is bad. That's like a critical hit or something. It means not only did I not hit, but now I also take damage. I take 1 armor point. And again, this is a prototype, so the pieces may look different when you get it. But I would place my armor point damage there, and this would go into my load, which would mean in the next turn, I would get 1 less action to take. I would put it over here. That means, oh no, I get 1 less action to take. Don't worry, I'll walk you through this board right here. All right, so that's how you do that. If there's successes, like what I drew out of the bag, I got those 2, I would place them. So cannon, I hit the closest one first, and then I hit the next one. If one of those had a dice like this, which it doesn't, but if it did, I could also take that dice. Then I could take that dice and I would place it over here on my mission board. Boom! Goal of the mission board is to complete vertical lines or horizontal lines. You get a special bonus at the end. You either collect a special pet co-pilot, they're adorable. Let me show you these. You got the hot dog. The hot dog, and I forget what his story is. What I remember is my favorite one, which is the turtle story, which I think I left on my player board in the other room. But the turtles is, he's just happy to be here. The furious hamster is like a fugitive on the run after an event on B79 or some planet like that. They all have special abilities. So once you complete a column of dice from collecting them, and you collect your pet, you can place your pet with a matching. So the furious hamster can go with blue or with green, the blue or the green player. In this case, it's the blue player, so I could now have a pet co-pilot with a constant usable ability. Pretty cool. If you complete a horizontal row, you get a special ability at the end. Something like fast fashion. Fast fashion is something that you can use, but usually, so I would have to replace this. Usually it's a one-time thing because it's fast fashion, right? So you've got this cool Buddy HUD 9000 with its special ability. Use any agent's core suit this turn. This is the core suit right here with the special ability. But I'd have to disintegrate it. So it's gone, it's a one-time use, as opposed to power-ups, which might be one-time use, but a lot of times have persistent abilities. All right, so yeah, Gamefound benefits there, won't go too much more into those. Since it is a bag builder, you can change your bag. So you can go around on the tiara, actually, and use special stations to collect. If I wanted to use the Mendry, I could use the Mendry to place this tile in the bag, which gives me more benefits. It gives me more healing and success. Here's the downside. The more successes that come out, I have to leave them on the board. So that means the more successes I have, the more chances of me drawing a miss or a critical failure. So there are ways to refresh these and get these back in the bag. For instance, on the invasion, if you get a success all the way across, all 5, then congratulations, you get to collect all 5 back and flip this over. Yay, less invaders. They will refresh later, but you're safer for now. You can also use the comms on the tiara, that special ability, to clear all the targets. There we go, yay, and get them back in the bag. So it's a bag builder. Be careful. Each time you get a disruption, you have to add a danger token. Danger token gets added. What that means is for each danger token that's here, for the next disruption, you lose that many power-ups. So if I had to take a disruption, say this blue character already had 2 armor points and they got attacked, that means we have to take a disruption. I would have to disintegrate 4 power-ups and add a danger token at the end. That's rough. That is rough. So that is how you lose this game, by getting those danger tokens. So you got to work together. Cool thing, if you share the space with another character, you can use their core suit ability. So let's look at the core suit. The core suit comes with an ability. In this case with blue, it's the slipstream mesh. Starter, take a power cube. Power cubes get added right up here on your gauntlet, and they can be used to use an extra action one time, or you can store them so that you have up to 4 to do what's called a transformation sequence, which we'll get to in a minute. But anyway, this is a power. So if red is in the same space as blue, when they're starting their turn, then red gets to use this ability because they are power of friendship, right? Power of friendship. Same thing with any of the characters. Each character has their own suit and their own ability that can be shared. For instance, green, I believe it's green, no, it's purple, is always a teleporter space. Normally you can only teleport to spaces with the teleporter icon. Well, if purple's here, they can teleport you there. So you can always do those as long as you are sharing a space with that character. All right, transformation sequence. That's right, you get to transform. In fact, it's a requirement in the prologue mission that you transform at least one of your characters. Transformation sequence means you have collected 4 action cubes, put them up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have taken actions in the order on the transformation sequence card. So let me walk you through that. Let's pretend these are not here, and we just have your basic setup. How do you take actions? Oh my goodness, back to basics. Here's what you do. It's my character's turn. It's Blue's turn. Blue is going to take a move action to move to the Mendery. Boom. Blue, actually no, let's move to the wardrobe, excuse me. Blue is now going to use an attack action. They're going to attack one of these enemies. I'm going to attack this one here, which means we are going to draw from the Bag of Destiny. What did we do? Yay, we got a success. So we remove that, place the success. Boom. I'm going to take another attack action. I'm going to draw from the Bag of Destiny. Yay, it was another success. Thank goodness. It's not often that happens. I probably didn't create the bag properly for this here. There was probably some misses I forgot to put in there. But anyway, you get the point. Oh my goodness. There we go. 4th action, I'm going to use my engage. Engage ends your turn. So if I had done an engage action on my first action, that would have ended my turn. There's a character, I believe it's green, with a special ability that your first engage action does not end your turn. So if you can share a space with green, then you can actually open with an engage, do your other actions, close with an engage. Pretty good. So again, you really got to plan this puzzle out. If you like a puzzle Euro, cool. If you do not like managing multiple hands solo, not for you. If you do not like working cooperatively, not for you. Yeah, okay, the final action is going to be engage. I'm in the wardrobe. I'm going to use the wardrobe power, which is wardrobe. I can add a power-up tile, this right here, to my bag, or I can reshuffle the discarded power-ups. So power-ups also get discarded, not disintegrated, so they just go into a little discard pile. I can reshuffle them back in. That's great. That's very useful to keeping the game going. But I'm going to choose to add a power-up to my Bag of Destiny. Boom. And I've taken my 4 turns. Awesome. But back to the transformation sequence. How do you do this? You have to have 4 of these action cubes, right? Power cubes. And then take this order of actions. So let's reset it and say that I'm doing that. So I'm going to have to take a move, and I'm going to move. I'm going to have to take a move, and I'm going to move. I'm going to have to attack. For the sake of demo, we'll pretend there's an enemy there. I'm going to attack. Boom. I'm going to draw from the Bag of Destiny. And it's going to be a miss. Oh no, but that doesn't matter. I just had to take the action. Since it's a miss, it goes into load. And on the next turn, it's going to cover up one of my actions, so I'll only get 3 actions next turn. That's how a miss really hurts you. Now I have to take an engage, and I'm going to use the Mendry, except, oh no, I can't use the Mendry because there's an enemy there. Is there any way that I can use an engage? Well, it's damaged. There isn't, so I'm going to, for the sake of demo, so I wouldn't be able to transform that time. For the sake of demo, we're going to say it was a hit, and it worked. I'm going to use engage. I'm going to use the Mendry to heal one of my armor points. Yay! Now I can use my transformation sequence. I transform, and I get the slipstream shift. Immediately take another turn. Another turn, that's 4 actions. That is pretty powerful. Now I can do what I really want to do. Every character has their own transformation power. I feel like I'm going on too long. Do you have questions for me about Conquest Princess? As far as the quality, it's good stock. Not worried about the stock. The boards are not cardboard, but they are a strong stock. The cube pieces are great. They make a jiggle jiggle, you know, wiggle wiggle. There you go. In here for your bag development, you've got your coins, cool acrylic pieces. There you go. As a matter of fact, Solo Mike fits this game perfectly, and he's blue. He's got the blue jeans, so I guess he'd replace blue there. So I always play with Solo Mike. Little plug, if you want Solo Mike, go to sirmeeple.com, links below. If you don't, it's no problem. I just think it's cool because it's fashion and it's like sized appropriately. Anyway, little dice here, normal dice, nothing to write home about. Just plain old normal pieces. You can see the artwork for yourself. You can see the cards are easy to read. There is not too much language. It is easy to follow what's happening. You have your cheat sheets. You also have a Mechapede cheat sheet. What do you think? Hey, if you want to see more games from small publishers featured, please be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like so I can continue bringing this to you and so publishers themselves find me. Again, this is from good friend of mine, Seppi Yoon, designer and publisher, Fight in a Box Games. What do you think? I love you all. I'll see you next time.